The Austin Food and Wine Festival returns November 7th through 9th, and the lineup is insane. VIP tickets include exclusive tastings and access to Made in Texas, a dine-around event on Friday, November 7th, featuring my personal favorite celebrity chefs serving their take on Texas fare. Sunday-only tickets get you tastings and the full chef showcase lineup, which includes Austin's own Kevin Fink and Tavel Bristol Joseph. Plus, there will be one of DJ Mel's legendary dance parties. Tickets are selling fast and are available now at austinfoodandwinefestival.com. With tariffs up and sales tax revenue down, it's more important than ever before to shop local. Austin is full of national retail stores, but lucky for you, we've also got tons of different places to shop. So today on CityCast Austin, I'm here with a fellow Austinite who's just discovering our independent stores for a guide on where to shop for unique gifts, clothes, and more. It's Wednesday, October 29th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello, I am here with Ciara Serra, local Austin artist and Instagram baddie and bartender around the city. What's up, Ciara? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for being here. So Austin has a lot of national brands when it comes to shopping, of course. We used to be really weird, but I love this series on your social media about unique stores in town. But I want to hear from you. How do we compare to other cities? Are our stores really unique? How do we compare?
I think, our stores, I think, are especially unique. The term like keep Austin weird was invented in 2000. I read recently, and it was like this librarian and like community college like employee at ACC. He like called into a radio station and to like donate, and they were like, "Why are you donating?" And he was like, "Oh, I just want to keep Austin weird." And then I think the Austin Independent Business Alliance, they like adopted that saying.
Yeah.
And like it became their slogan and stuff like that. And so then they used that to like promote like local places to kind of like stop corporate homogenization of like every store in Austin, to like make sure we don't have like 50 Targets. The term like shop local like wasn't really a mainstream concept back then. Like it was kind of like a pretty unique thing to say. Like people weren't really on that yet, and people had like a lot more trust in brands back then. And so like the stores, like the vintage shops are really unique, like the musicians, the artists. But like maybe more so like things like hospitality and restaurants aren't super unique. They're like kind of in their infancy stage.
True.
Because places like Chicago or like Montreal have had like legacy chefs, and they have like really strong like immigration influence. Kind of here we just have like Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
And we don't really do any like white tablecloth like type restaurants, or like not really any French food. I think like no one here is like kind of ready for that yet. And like all of like the coolest, most fanciest places here are like Suerte or like Conge, which are kind of like experimental and not super like white tableclothy. But I think with like the stores, we kind of have that developed, and that's kind of what drew me to like make a series about it.
I find it fascinating to hear you say that we don't have any fancy restaurants, because I know it's interesting, because I think like you think about Justine's, you think about Conge, you think about Suerte, or you think about the Roaring Fork, or you think about Three Forks, you think about Perry's, or all of the steakhouses. I think that Austin has, speaking of being unique, I think we do have our own version of fancy. I think it's our very specific Austin version. And I think it bleeds over, to your point, to everything we do. I think, you know what I mean? I think it's like, we do have a very specific Austin version of what fancy is for us. And I like it.
That's true. Yeah. It's very like experimental, experiential as well.
Yeah.
It's not like super old world, you know?
Yeah. Yes. As far as with Austin keeping it weird. I had this experience once with someone when I met them in a bar. I met him in a bar, and this guy had on like flip-flops and some like ratty cut off khaki shorts and like a messed up muscle shirt. And we had this like great conversation. Like I was like, look at this old hippie, just like living life and having a great time. And this man turned out to be a millionaire.
Wow.
I was like, that is such an Austin thing to do, to like dress like whatever and have millions of dollars. I feel like that is a very keeping Austin weird thing. And I think it's attributed to our stores and our culture.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a tough time in people's wallets. People be broke. People, me being one of them. What's your favorite affordable, unique store in Austin? What do you think?
So I feel like super affordable places are like hard to come by that are like independently owned. Like, I would say like maybe like Austin Creative Reuse is really cool because it's important to keep like that whimsical like happiness, like crafts. I mean, because when you think about it, like what, like honestly, like truly makes you happy, and it's like making things. I would say maybe for me, maybe I'm projecting, but like,
nope, I agree. I agree 100%.
And so, yeah. And I feel like these days everyone has tried like 3,000 crafts and like has gone full send with it and so I feel like it's really easy for that store to like kind of keep alive because everyone can kind of donate what they need. And when you go in there, it is like very unique. And then they have like all these bins that are labeled with like all different types of supplies and crafts and things like that. Anything you could think of, like even like tile work and like cool electronic stuff, maybe for coding, and of course like knitting and painting and things like that. And then I would also say like Habitat for Humanity, which I guess is a chain, but I think there's like maybe like 2 locations in Austin. That place is genuinely really affordable. Like I was really surprised when I went in there. I like lived kind of near it for a while, and not to dox myself, but like my mom was so obsessed with that place and she was always telling me to go, and I'd be like, no, leave me alone. And then yeah, because she loves to like find things and like fix them up and like upcycle them.
Yeah.
And then I finally like went there for my unique store, and I was like, wow, this place is, she was onto something. I'm like, I should always listen to my mom for real. And like, all the couches there were like $200 or something, and or less. A couch used to be like a solid like $1,000, and now it's like at least two, you know?
Yeah.
Like girl,
who got $2,000 for a couch?
No, literally. Yeah. So I think, like the big pieces of furniture there, and like it's like kind of architectural like salvage. So it's kind of like more like construction almost, like window shutters, like huge panes of glass. You could get like 2x4s or like cinder blocks. But then they also have like a little section for clothes. And then if you like really want to hunt, there's like a little section that is kind of cool stuff that they found, like vintage coffee makers, like little vintage fridges, or like table saws. So I think those two are super affordable, super cool. And then obviously like the Texas State surplus store.
Oh, I love that place. I love that place.
I know.
Listen, I love that place. They get a lot of my money.
Yeah.
Like every time that I've moved to a new place, almost, I've gone there first. Or the Restore, Habitat for Humanity. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't even like really know about those places, I guess, till I was a little bit older. So I'm just living in like a dance studio with no furniture, until I can afford it. Yeah. I feel like not a lot of people knew about that place. Like I get lots of suggestions in my comments on where to go. And I got exactly one comment on that. And that kind of like piqued my interest. And then I posted about it, and that it almost has like 1 million views on like TikTok and Instagram.
That's crazy.
Last night I got another comment, and they talked about how like that place is like empty right now because of how many people. I know. I'm like, I can't believe I emptied out. Surplus store. Plus it's like government surplus. Like they have endless supply, like.
I love to hear it. Yeah.
Yes. Bureaucracy, they have like 4,500 like offices that they should not have built.
Exactly.
And then they're going to just like downsize and get rid of. And it's cool. It's not going to a landfill.
I love that you posted about the state surplus and people are like, oh, word? Okay, cool. We're going to go get some of that. I love that. So, okay, I'm going to talk about my weakness. The weather is ideally going to change, hopefully, sometime soon. And so your girl, I'm dying to put on my cute little fall outfits. What is your go-to unique clothing store?
I think like that little North Loop area, like where they have like Big Bertha
Yes.
and
Yes.
yeah, room
Yes.
service. I would say
Blue
like
Velvet.
Stardust. Yeah, Blue Velvet, true. Stardust like isn't here anymore. Like I think they just got replaced by Monkey See Monkey Do. That place was super
Yeah.
unique. May she rest in peace. But I think maybe they moved to more online stuff, so you can still find it. But like,
That's good.
yes, I think the term to describe places like Big Bertha or room service is called designer landfill.
I have not heard that yet. I
I
like
know. Yeah.
that.
Designer landfill. Yeah. So like it's almost like upcycling. Like maybe it should have gone to a landfill, but places like that kind of like make it designer. Like it's so like eclectic and like fun and vibrant and really like one of a kind. And I feel like those two places are like the actual unique ones. I think for me, like I'd like Leopard Lounge because that place is independently owned and it's like right by Pavement on
Ooh.
Guad. And that's where I get like
Okay.
pretty much all my clothes because everything there is like pretty simple, but it's not like Uniqlo. It's like vintage, like really nice materials to make everything. And yeah, that place is cool. Very like earthy in there. And then they kind of have something for everyone.
I don't think I've been there yet.
It's unique, but the clothes themselves aren't super unique. They're just like really nicely made. And then it is like kind of a little more expensive, but I love to just like get what I need and leave. I kind of like hate to hunt for clothes specifically.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of times nowadays there's like a lot of like Shein stuff maybe like at oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, it's so annoying at like thrift stores and stuff. I don't know why they accept stuff like that, but like those consignment stores, you're kind of paying them to kind of sift through all that for you. And I can like really trust Leopard Lounge to come up with like really cool, yeah, one of a kind stuff that's like nice and simple and like can last forever.
It's so interesting that you brought up seeing more stuff from Shein and a lot of fast fashion places in secondhand stores like Goodwill and stuff like that. Because I'm kind of like you. I don't like to hunt. I have to be in the mood, right? I have to be in
Yeah.
the mood to hunt for clothes. And I was looking for something really specific. And so I was like, oh, I know if I go to the Salvation Army, I can probably find this specific type of belt. It was a belt that I was looking for. And I went in and I was like, oh, wow, they have a lot of like plus size stuff because they don't typically have a lot of plus size stuff at the Salvation Army. I started sifting through it. I was like, oh, this is all from Shein and Fashion Nova. And like, no hate to any of that. Like, if Fashion Nova and Shein is what you can afford, okay. Like, I'm not going to shit on anybody for that. But do you need like a bag worth $500 worth of shit?
I know, it's crazy.
It was just like rack upon rack of clothes that I know I was like, oh, this stuff is gonna.
And clearly they don't need it because they're giving it to Salvation Army. I know.
I love when I go to vintage stores specifically and I'll see something and I'll be like, oh shit, this is from the 80s. I remember my mama wearing this. Or I remember, you know what I mean? Or like the 70s even. I'm like, oh shit, I remember my mama having this. Or I remember, you know what I mean? It fills me with this sense of just like, nobody else is going to have this. And now I see things, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like everything else that I've seen everywhere because there's nothing unique about it because it's kind of coming from fast fashion.
Yes, yes.
So people who are on top of things are probably already starting to shop for holiday gifts. I know a lot of friends. They have this one friend, she shops throughout the year. She's really great about like seeing something and be like, oh, so-and-so would love that. I'm going to buy it and hold it for Christmas. I wish I had that kind of
wherewithal.
Wherewithal. I do not. Where do you go? What unique stores do you go in Austin for gifts?
Okay, so I kind of love this subject because finding gifts like kind of doesn't come easy for me. I did grow up Jehovah's Witness, so like I never like was in the practice of giving gifts to anybody because it kind of wasn't allowed, and never got anything for my birthday and like like anything for Valentine's, you know, stuff like that. And so like as I got older and I like now that I'm not like Jehovah's Witness anymore, it's not like I'm just going to jump into the habit of like buying gifts for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm not used to that, but like now that I'm an adult, I'm like in the dating scene, and then like my partners will get really surprised when I don't get them a gift, and then I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize how much people
Yeah, this is a thing.
put emphasis on this. Like it's really like people will lose friendships over birthday gifts and things like that. And so I think I have a lot more of a logical like approach to it now. It's like less maybe emotional for me because I don't have like nostalgia. All that to say is that I love Austin Gift Company. I am a painter, so like I sell prints of my work. And my mom, she put me on, and she was like, "You need to sell your stuff in there." And also one of my tattoo artists was like, "Oh, you should go to this place. Anytime I have to get a gift for literally anybody, like I go there." And I lived next to it for so long, but I didn't really think anything of it because it kind of just looks pretty like nondescript. It's like in a shopping center.
Yeah.
But I finally went in there, and it's actually like huge in there. And like it's all like little booths run by individual artists who kind of like pay like a kickback to Austin Gift Company. And since they're all like local artists, like everything is like pretty affordable. Like I can get a ton of cool gifts that are like actually unique and doesn't feel like it's from like a big box store. And the gifts have like a real like sense of humor behind them sometimes, and or like real artistry, and it feels like very Austin.
I love it there.
I know. Yes, that place is so cool. And like the crystals, and they have like that one booth that's like confiscated knives from TSA.
Yeah. What?
Like, or weapons too. Insane.
Oh my God. I have heard, okay, so I've heard about this just recently. I was at a party and some friends were talking about this. I don't think they had that the last time I was there. That's brilliant.
I know, right? Yeah, I had an Uber driver who was telling me he was like super into knives. Well, I'm like, that's a red flag I should have picked up on. But I was like, you need to go to like Austin Gift Company. Like they have like all different types of knives that were like owned by different people that were confiscated, stolen from them low key. But he was like, as soon as I drop you off, like I'm gonna go there. So that place is super cool. Really like nice, affordable stuff. Like great for a white elephant. Like if you want something unserious, but if you want like a beautiful painting, like a beautiful like piece of pottery, like still really great. And then also I love Take Heart. Have you ever been to Take Heart? It's like on East 7th.
I was just about to say it's like almost within walking distance from my house. I love Take Heart.
Oh, really? Yes. Yeah. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Like really nice candles, like really nice socks, like genuinely, or like it's more like practical gifts that like people will actually use there instead of like just sitting on your mantle.
I have a thing that I do. Like, so if I have friends that are just kind of having a hard time and I want to give them something that they can use instead of just like something to like another piece of like something that will turn into junk or something like that.
Yeah, like a trinket.
Like I'll go to Take Heart and just make them like a little care bag with like lip balm and like some Palo Santo or, you know what I mean? Just like a couple of candles. It's just like something that you can give to someone that they can consume. Yeah. And it's like every time I do that, you know, a person is like, where did you get this one thing? Where did you find? I'm like, go to Take Heart. I love it.
Yeah, you can tell they very carefully like curate everything. Everything's like so nicely made. Like I even saw like a olive oil holder that was like all ceramic and like painted a really nice color. And then like there was one time I saw like a toilet brush, but it was like carved like raw wood and like a really like bright like nice wood and like a little stand for it. And I was like, wow, this is the nicest toilet brush I've ever seen. Like, it needs to be like, you know how you have like those decorative towels in your bathroom that like no one uses? It needs to be like a toilet brush that's really nice.
Put it on a shelf.
Yeah. And then a real toilet brush that you actually use that goes in the closet. But yeah.
Yeah, I love Take Heart. Now, listen, those prices, they range. I will say that. Like, you're going to find, so I have definitely found some things in there where I'm like, this is too cheap. And then I found some other things. I'm like, do I want to eat dinner tonight? No, I do not. I'm going to buy this. So
yes, exactly.
It runs the gamut, but it's worth it. It's worth going. I love that place.
Yeah, you're going to find something amazing. Yes, you're going to spend $60, but you know, your friend's smile is like priceless.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
is.
It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you about plants because all of a sudden, all of my friends are trying to give me plants, and I do not have a green thumb at all. My partner does, but you give me a plant, it's just not going to be long for this world. But so I feel like everybody has them. People are trying to get more people to get them or give them. What's the best unique store in Austin for folks that want to gift plants or buy plants for themselves even?
I would say the most unique one is East Austin succulents. I love plants. I'm like, there's like a ton of
Ooh.
plants around me right now. And I'm like super Gen Z. So I think maybe like that is something that's really trendy right now. I just feel like it adds so much to a space. Like,
It does.
and it's really good for like the air quality in your home, like some plants are. And it just feels like very like luxurious. I feel like when you don't have a lot of money, like the plants are kind of like a cheap thing that can really like add a lot to a space. They do
Yeah.
take work. Honestly, it feels like a full-time job. I'm like, oh, you gotta, I have to water this and this and this.
It
and
is
like,
a full-time job.
Yeah.
It is a full-time job.
But anyway, yes, East Austin succulents. That one is definitely the most unique because they're known for like exotic and tropical plants. Like that's kind of their thing.
Oh, yeah.
They're not in East Austin, even though they're called East Austin succulents, which is interesting. I think they just moved to South Austin.
Okay.
So I went there recently. It's like deep in a neighborhood off of First Street, like First Street, Stastony area. You kind of have to drive through this neighborhood a little bit, and it like almost feels like an old country back road. And they kind of share a big piece of land with like a landscaping company now. I think they used to share land with Tillery, but I think maybe they're doing
they had
their
to
own thing.
move. Yeah.
Yeah, sad. But they kept their name. So yeah. So they're kind of like still setting up there, but I think they're unique too because they kind of do like arrangements for you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like really cool. Like I picked out like a couple of like cute little cacti, and they have like of course like lots of like nice pieces of like ceramic pots, and they were all made by like local ceramicists. So like some of the pots had like crazy little like mushrooms growing out of them that someone had like carved or sculpted, or it would be like in the shape of a head or like a person's face. They have a little table out there that's like, we will arrange it for you for like $5. And I got like this cactus that has like the really, really tiny like pricklies on it. And I was like, I can't like take this out of the thing myself and like repot it because it's gonna be bad. And so they pulled out like this tackle box, and when they open it, there's like all these compartments of like different types of like rocks or like soil, and they were all like slightly different colors, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so you could like design and like mix and match like the color of like soil and like rocks that go into the pot. So like I picked out like this really nice like red pot, and then I picked out like dark red rocks, and then kind of like more like earthy clay like something that's actually found in nature rocks.
Oh.
And that's kind of like the base. And then I put like a cactus that has like the little tiny like red spikes on it. And so like it was very themed and like very unique. I've never seen anything like that before.
Listen.
And I know. So I was like, now I'm inspired. I'm like looking at all my plants. I'm like, I'm gonna buy so many different types of like rocks and like make them all like be color coded and stuff.
Everybody's getting a makeover. Everybody's getting a makeover.
A makeover. Yeah. And then I also love the Great Outdoors, if you ever been.
No.
It's on South Congress. It's kind of like by Habana Restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, so that place is giant, and I really like their selection of pots. Like they have like that nice like cement, like almost like brutalist, like really simple.
Oh yeah.
I like how they're all like super cohesive, pretty like sophisticated. You could put them like in a restaurant or in a business. And then since it's so huge, they have like every type of plant you can imagine. They have like all the basic ones, of course, but like the more you look, the more you see there.
Yeah.
They had like those monsteras that are like albino, you know,
I'm
where
obsessed.
yes,
I'm obsessed.
where they're like white. Yeah, insane.
I'm obsessed. Listen, I love plants. Every time I go over to a friend's house and they have plants, I'm like, this is beautiful. I feel like I'm in a spa or like in the jungle. Mm-hmm. And I have one little tiny, tiny plant that I'm just trying like hell to keep alive. And if I can keep her alive, then I maybe will get more plants. My poor partner is like, hey, have you watered your plant? I'm like, what plant? I'm like, oh shit, that's right. I have a plant. Okay. You kind of brought up brutalist And brutalist architecture is something that I'm kind of getting into recently. But do any of these unique stores have unique buildings that you're like, man, this building is so freaking cool. Every time I come here, I love it.
Okay, yes. Aquadome, which is like exotic fish store, like a pet store.
Aquadome? No, no.
Yeah. So it's right by Uncommon Objects. It's this big blue like cement dome, just like off the side of the highway. And when you go in there, it's kind of like the bottom floor is kind of like very like mazy, like full of aquariums and like crazy types of like fish and shrimp. I even saw like a stingray there. It's very like trippy. And then when you go upstairs, you like start to realize it's a dome because they have like a skylight in the very middle that kind of shines down on everything. And like the dome is like kind of around you. When I posted a video of it, everyone was like, I've seen a place like this in my nightmares. So I don't I don't know why they said that. I guess it is kind of like brutalist, like it's very like cement dome. The outside is blue, but the inside is like gray.
I've seen this before. I've driven by it before.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. It kind of seems like a place you can't access. So like you kind of would assume it's not open to the public, but it totally is. And yeah, Aquadome has that's some crazy architecture.
I have to take my niece there. Yeah, I have definitely passed by this place because I love Uncommon Objects. Uncommon Objects has been one of my favorite places to go in the city since it was on South Congress.
Totally, yeah. Do you think it changed like because of the move?
It absolutely did. It did.
I barely remember when it was on South Congress. I was probably like 10.
Man, it had some of the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Just hands down, period. Just weird shit where you're like, why do these two think, what is going on?
Yeah, like a taxidermied rooster or something.
Yes, exactly. Or just the rooster head with a gold chain on it. You know what I mean? Just like something weird like that.
But like now it's more of like a showroom, I would think.
It's like a showroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a little more, I don't want to say highbrow, but that's not.
It kind of is.
You know what I mean? It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It's not.
But they've been around for so long. They need to evolve, I think.
I mean, I'm talking decades. Yeah,
I have a friend who like is psychic and like can't go into Uncommon Objects because there's so many like memories and stuff like attached to every individual item, and it feels like pretty overwhelming because everything there is like so special. So I'm sure everyone who owned it before had like a pretty strong like emotional attachment to it, or like maybe it sat on the mantle and like saw a bunch of crazy things happen in this person's house, but
now they want to tell her all about them.
I know.
It's like everybody's talking at once. I can't handle it. Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend like that. So, okay. My last question for you is, I tend to be a creature of habit. I tend to kind of like go to the same places, over and over again, not necessarily expecting to see anything different, but just like, I know if I go here, I will find something. So just like if I'm in the mood to find something or shop for something, what are your, like in the city, what are your haunts? I know you mentioned Leopard Lounge. Do you have any other unique places where you're just like, this place is just, I'm going to always go. It's going to always be my habit.
Right. Yeah. So I have like a lot of Capricorn placements. So I am like the queen of going to the same place over and over again. So yeah, Leopard Lounge is a good one. I think Stardust was another one that I would always go to that is now Monkey See, Monkey Do. And then like, I also love Spread & Co., which is like off Manor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I think they started out as a cheese shop, and it was like, and then it kind of became like a brunchy place. But now they've like really have a very like unique menu. They have something called Turkish eggs. If you ever had Turkish eggs, it's like a really like savory, like garlicky yogurt, and then it's gonna have like soft boiled eggs on top with like chili oil, and then it has like sourdough bread on the side. It's like something I've never really seen or heard of, but it's so delicious and like. It's only like $10. It's like really cheap.
Oh shit, that is cheap.
Yeah, it's gorgeous in there. And since they're a cheese shop and they probably do like charcuterie arrangements, they'll just use like whatever's left over from like the cheese they cut up that's not like super aesthetic, and they'll like wrap it up and put it in the fridge, and then they're called like cheese orphans, and then you can kind of just like you can just buy them for the low, like if you want to try it. And of course it's like a nice artisan shop. So everything's like really like fancy and unique. Like you can try tons of cheeses you've never even seen before.
Right.
And like, you know, try a bunch of different them and you don't have to commit to like a big block.
That sounds delicious. I want a cheese orphan. That sounds great. Ciara, thank you so much for coming on and chat with me. And like, this has been great. It has been such a joy talking to you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, you're so funny.
This has been a great conversation. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for this series because I'm in it. I'm into it. I'm into it
I'm
a
glad.
lot.
Yeah, I love to do it, you know, so.
Yeah, it's really nice seeing the city through your eyes. You know, someone that's way younger than me. It's nice to view the city through your eyes. So thanks for doing it. And thanks for coming on and talking to me about it.
Yeah, this is really fun.
Okay, so before we go, it's time for your midweek mood boost. Central Texas's favorite grocery store has stepped in once again to save the day. H-E-B donated $5 million to the Texas food banks and $1 million to Meals on Wheels. This comes on the heels of officials notifying Texans that SNAP benefits will be cut off in November due to cuts in the government shutdown. And for context, Meals on Wheels delivers more than 100,000 meals daily in our state, and our Texas food banks serve all 254 counties in the state with 20 food banks that provide food and resources to more than 4 million Texans every year. So y'all know H-E-B is really out here saving lives by making sure Austinites and Texans have food. So shout out to our iconic big little grocery store that remains in the forefront of taking care of our community. That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. You can find links to Ciara's social media in our show notes. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and of course, subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. And you know, if you really love CityCast Austin, or you feeling like we missed some unique stores, or you want to have a say in how these shows turn out, support us. Become a neighbor. Let us know how you feel. Go to membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.